Welcome to Your Time to Thrive with personal fitness coach Jason Stevenson.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the Your Time to Thrive podcast. My name is Jason. I'm your host, as always. I'm honored to be here. Before we get started, I want to say thank you. 'Tis the season. Thank you so much for being a part of the podcast, whether you're listening live or you're listening recorded. We appreciate you. Today, my amazing friend, Benjamin Barber, who's always behind the scenes, will be part of the show.
Hello.
Hello. You? Good, man. See, I remembered to mention you this time. I totally blew you off last week. You're off camera. I don't even think about you.
That's fine.
It's awful of me. It's
honestly
not fine.
No, honestly, I don't think of myself when I'm off camera either.
You shouldn't do it that way. I don't recommend that process for your mental health. But I don't want to discredit the fact that this is teamwork. I couldn't do this without you.
Well, thank you. And I couldn't do it without you.
It would be a different show, wouldn't it? It'd be just
it would,
blank
yeah.
screen,
No, I have a lot of those.
Background. And
Yes. I don't think anybody would watch a health and fitness show just hosted by me.
Or just hosted by the bedroom, right? Or like just hosted by the living room, or just hosted by like a room, right? Just the screen. Maybe we should try that though. Like see how many people would listen to a blank room.
I feel like a lot of people would watch a blank room. I don't know what there would be to listen to.
If people are
What are we
literally
talking about today?
whatever the hell we want to. That's the beauty of it. We are continuing the You're Not Going to Survive the Holidays, folks. You know how I do this, though. I'm trying to get you to listen. I'm trying to get you to pay attention. I'm trying to challenge the way that you think about getting through the holidays. I was actually talking about this earlier with a client, and it always amazes me, surprises me, and then frustrates the shit out of me that we spend so much of this holiday season focused on running around and shopping and decorating and buying gifts and going to parties that we literally let our self-care slide. We literally let the most important person in your life, yourself, go to the wayside. How many people come out of the holidays feeling stressed, angst, in debt, overwhelmed? It's just ridiculous. Unrested, unfit. All of the pieces that are just so important for your well-being, your happiness, and your success in this world start with you. Now, listen, I'm not telling you to be selfish. I'm not telling you that you are more important than anybody else. But my favorite analogy for this conversation, and you're all going to understand it because you've heard it and you know what I'm talking about. When you're on the airplane and they give the safety speech, no matter how they do it, no matter how boring it is, the conversation is always the same about the vests, about the exits, and about the mask. They always say, put your mask on first before you try to assist anybody else. Children, elderly, anybody. And it's the exact same thing here, folks. I'm not telling you to prioritize yourself over everybody else in the world. I'm telling you to prioritize your health. So last time we talked about having an appropriate plan to get through this, because it's the only way you get anywhere in life is with the roadmap. Today, we're going to talk about how to stop yourself from getting in your own way. What's holding you back? So the topic today is what's held you back, and what do you think is going to stop you from getting there in the future? Ben, I got a question for you, man.
What's up?
So what do you think the most common reason for people not achieving their successes?
Change is uncomfortable.
Oh, I love it. I love it. There's no wrong answer, honestly. I was just curious about your opinion. And frankly, that's one of the pieces of today's conversation, is accepting that making choices, making changes, making efforts is not easy. It's going to suck a little bit.
Yeah.
I agree with you, man. He keeps throwing me up on the camera like this,
Because
folks.
you
If
say
you're-
you say a lot of introspective, nice things
fair, and I
when
appreciate the
you're
encouragement.
full screen,
As opposed to,
as opposed to goofy time when it's you and I on screen together.
but Mr. Barber, that's what makes the podcast interesting sometimes.
Sometimes we can. I was going to use a prop, but I don't want to.
See? and ultimately, folks, what we're finding out here is Ben doesn't like being on camera that much, and that's why he pulls up props.
This has batteries in it.
I do like the Castano one, though.
Thank you. It has
All right,
batteries in it.
So you're absolutely right, though. Most people in embarking on new habits or in maintaining habits, it's a struggle because it sucks. Working out sucks.
Yes. Perspective, but yes, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable if you haven't done it for a really long time.
I got news for you, man. It's still uncomfortable. I like to work out.
Fair.
And it's still uncomfortable. I worked out this morning. But it's hard to do.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree. So that is what it is. But I mean, like, doing different things is hard.
Yeah, it's scary, man.
It
is. Like,
and the fear of success. Like, if you, what are you gonna become a person that works out? I have to go to the gym every week, every day. I have to do something every day. I have to eat clean I have to do this for the rest of my life. Oh my God. I'm going to go through a drive-through and then watch Netflix. Thanks.
Dude, that's so much easier. Why wouldn't I just do that?
So much easier.
One of my favorite phrases about that is you can either start living or you can start dying. Either way, they're both going to happen. You get to decide. Because it makes sense, right? Like you're already dying. Like as soon as you're born, you're literally starting to die. And you get to decide how that goes. And for me, frankly, the piece is obvious because I work with different ages. So I can see that progression. I work with 10-year-olds and I work with 80-year-olds. So I can see what happens. I hear the frustration in the voices and the passion in somebody's thoughts when they say, I used to be able to do that. I can't do that anymore because they're just too old. They just physically cannot do certain things anymore. It's just off the table right now. And I hear that. And I see in the youth the recklessness of that and like the discrediting of it and the discouraging of the focus. You say something really powerful right there that a lot of people don't think about. But it is a topic when you get deep into like the motivational speakers, and it's fear of success, which is, if you think about it, pretty mind-boggling, right? What are we scared of? We're scared of succeeding. Truth is, you're probably not scared of succeeding, but what you're afraid of is the work that it entails, the work that it involves, what will become, right? It's the unknown that we're scared of. It's not the realities. Better to, what is it? Better the devil I know than the devil I don't, right? So let's get into this here. First step.
Let's
we
go.
Talked about this. Let's do it. So we talked about the plan, right? We're going to work on our fitness. We're going to work on our food. We're going to work on our hydration. We're going to work on our mental side. We're going to get good rest. We're going to get good balance in our life. The second step for me is always understanding the pitfalls. What has held you back in the past? What stopped you from achieving the results you wanted to last year? So when people look at like their New Year's resolutions, or like what we're talking about now, we're going to work through the holidays and we're going to be successful. What stopped you in the past from succeeding is most likely going to be there again, right? Sun Tzu from The Art of War, one of my favorite quotes: know thyself, know thy enemy. So if you know what's going to keep you from succeeding based on things that have happened in the past outside of your control and in your control, you have a better chance of winning. So own your shit. The first step
He said it. He said the S word.
Your shit. You can always tell the people that live with kids, can't you, folks?
He said it again.
Own it. Own it. Own your decisions. Own your choices. Own your failures. This, for me, frankly, is one of the hardest parts, right? Like to own it.
Yeah.
Like to say this is what I failed at in the past. This is where I fucked up. This is where I failed. This is where I dropped the ball. This is what gets in my way.
Where have you failed in the past?
Well, I'm in my third marriage.
Okay, that's not. I was thinking health and wellness related, but that's fine.
Hey, this is real show, man. We talk about everything. Where have I failed? I have failed in my consistency. I know that I prioritize my work schedule, my sleep, and my food over my workouts when I'm busy. I have failed with my nutrition because I make more excuses than I should on the weekends. I know that I make excuses to have a couple of drinks and to have a cheeseburger when it would be better for me to stay a little bit more consistent with that. I notice the difference in my body when I do so. Let's see. I've failed with my hydration. I know I work at that all the time because I pay attention to it. And then there's days that go by and you're like, wow, I have not drank much water today. And logistically, there's pieces. I know that, last year on Zoom, when I sat right here, stood right here actually, and did my Zoom sessions with people, I had this right in front of me all day. I was drinking like a fish. Like every session, I would just go to the bathroom and come back and start a new one. Go to the bathroom, come back and start a new one. I was drinking 4 or 5 of these things a day. And now where I am in the gym, my water bottle's at the bar. It's at the front of the gym. And I'm in and out of the room all day long. And I'm all over the place. And I might spend the entire session at the other end of the room. And while I'm telling my clients to grab a sip, I'm usually setting up for the next exercise. Or I'm grabbing stuff from the previous exercise and putting that away. Yep. So I know that the busier I am, the harder it is. Is that enough honesty for you?
It's enough honesty. I appreciate it.
That's the truth though, man. This is, people say this to me sometimes. They say, it must be easy for you. You're a trainer. And I say, just because I'm in the gym, it's not easy to work out. Just because I like good food and healthy food doesn't make it easy to eat healthy all the time. Just because I know better doesn't mean that I always make the right choice. But I find that the people that I work with and the accountability that requires me to have, and the straightforward, vulnerable honesty that I have with my clients. If somebody asks me what I had for dinner last night, I'll tell you exactly what I had for dinner last night.
What did you have for dinner last night?
Actually, I had a whole big ass bowl of vegetables. I got out of work late. I knew I was making leftovers for Kirst because she wanted open-faced turkey leftover sandwich, and I didn't want that. So I sauteed up some shishito peppers, some zucchini, some broccoli, some spinach and arugula, some garlic and some scallions. And I hit it with a little bit of the turkey stock that I've been making for 2 days from the leftover bones from Sunday. And I had about a cup of cottage cheese on the side of that. So I literally had a big ass bowl of vegetables last night. Because frankly, I knew I was going to be going to bed in about an hour from when I ate. And the last thing I wanted to do was have stuff that was hard to digest. And I wanted something simple.
All right. Thank you for your honesty.
Fast and easy to make. It was delicious too. I was really happy with it. Yeah. So that's just normal life, man. Right? I'll be right straight with you. And you guys help me stay accountable about that. That's part of our plan, right? We talked about making a plan and holding yourself accountable. You need to enlist some help. Talk to people, right? Like get a trainer or get somebody else to help you out. So the second step of today's conversation, besides owning your shit and the pitfalls that have caught you in the past.
He said it again. He said it again.
Recognizing what stopped you, own it, is make a plan. So if you recognize what has stopped you in the past, what can you do different this year? If you know that all the Christmas parties just kept you overindulging, well, then make a plan that you're not going to overindulge at the parties. Eat a little bit before you go out, which is one of my favorite tips for getting through the holiday party season, folks. Eat something, even if it's a yogurt before you go out. Eat something before you get to the party. so that you are not so tempted by hunger as by actual food desire and pleasure. And then you can have a couple of nice, fun little things to eat, but you're not trying to make dinner out of holiday munchies, or you don't sit there and just eat desserts all night long because you are hungry. Have something to eat. Put down a shake real quick. Grab a protein bar before you leave. Eat something before you go to your holiday parties, and you won't overindulge the same way. You might a little bit, but I guarantee you, if you're not trying to make a meal out of a dinner party, you're going to eat a lot of less crap. Big one that Ben said, actually, which I love him for, jumping in without me even telling him, prepare for the discomfort. Prepare for this to suck a little bit, right? Like, if you are going to have to get up a little bit early to go work out so that you can stay consistent during the holidays, because you know you're going to be busy after work, or you're going to be busy at night wrapping presents or shopping or being at holiday gatherings, then you might have to get up earlier than you want to go work out. That's not going to be easy. It's going to suck a little bit, but I promise you, you will feel 10 times better this year if you do that than you did last year. So just prepare for that, right? I live in New England, and I always laugh at people that are surprised, shocked, and unprepared for the weather. It's a little cold out right now. And if you live up here and you don't have the right clothing, you don't have an excuse. You live in New England. It's December, folks. It's going to be cold. So wear a hat, wear a jacket, wear some gloves. Be prepared. You know it's going to be cold. Don't bitch to me that it's cold. You knew it was going to be. I highly recommend you thinking about establishing some goals for this. We've talked about having a plan, and that's part of it, right? But part of those goals is giving yourself some rewards. And part of those rewards should be knowing what stopped you in the past. So if you know that you have rewarded yourself in the past for achieving whatever goals you have had with things that are detrimental to you, those are probably not good incentives. Now, we've talked about this on a previous podcast, and setting up incentives and rewards for yourself that are actually beneficial to you. You know, like a treat for yourself that isn't a donut, right? If I'm trying to lose weight and I work really good on my nutrition, but the way I reward myself is to eat like shit on the weekends, then that's a pretty bad reward. In order to be successful through the holidays, you need to set yourself up with some success points and some incentives, some rewards that are actually beneficial and aligned with your goals so that they don't knock you off track. So think about it. How are you going to reward yourself this year in a way that helps you stay focused forward and that doesn't hold you back? Your rewards should help you move forward and be aligned with your goals. And then they just become part of your life. Whether it's buying yourself a massage, getting yourself into a yoga class, going out with some friends, do something for yourself. Maybe 15 minutes where you turn off your electronics and you just sit somewhere in your house and enjoy all the decorations as a reward for all of that hard work. Stay present. Enjoy the moments. This is a beautiful time of year for Thanksgiving and to enjoy time with other people and to share the gifts that we've been given. Don't ruin it by rushing through it and not paying attention to the beautiful little moments.
I hate to interrupt, but we have a
Please.
wonderful question.
Please.
Megan, how do we move forward when you set yourself up for success, prepare for the suck, and still are feeling rough around the holidays?
Fair question, Meg. Fair question. First and foremost, you need to talk to somebody. You need to call a good friend, a family member, somebody that you trust and respect and care about, and talk to them about it. Tell them what you're going through. Involve other people. The biggest suck is the isolation around the holidays. That's the biggest one. You know, people feeling alone, depressed about isolation. Find some help for what you're going through. Nobody is alone in this world. We're surrounded by millions of people. So enlist some help and figure out what it actually is. My suggestion would be to sit down and close your eyes for a couple minutes, 30 seconds, a minute, 10 minutes, whatever it takes, and think about what it is that you're really upset about. Find out what it is that's putting you in that place where it is a rough holiday season. And then Talk to somebody about that and say, look, this is what's killing me right now. This is what's driving me nuts. This is what's making this awful for me. This is why this is a rough holiday season. And then get some help with it. Figure out a plan. Figure out a way to make it different. Figure out a way to change the way you look at it. Because the truth is, we can't change the way that the world happens to us. We can only change how we respond to it. And things are either going to be good for you or they're going to teach you something and make you stronger. That's it. You get to decide.
Awesome.
We'll see if Meg thinks so.
Meg, let us know.
Or talk to me on Friday morning, girl.
Jay, what else you got for this episode?
Last piece. The journey is the destination.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. One of my favorite phrases, folks. And this is because we get so caught up. There we go, Meg. Love it. Love you too, girl. We get caught up in the hullabaloo, the chaos, like got to run around, got to shop, got to set up holiday parties, got to make it through the holidays, got to deal with the bullshit. Whatever it is, whether you're a Scrooge or you're an elf, you are going to have to understand that this is a process. And it is just a small blip in your life. So understand that this too shall pass. It is just a moment. So either enjoy the journey and enjoy the destination at the same time, because the process is the point. You getting to go out and go shopping is amazing. If you have enough money and you have people around you that you love, that you want to buy gifts for, and you can buy them gifts, whether it's just a beautiful card that you hand wrote and handed to them, you baked cookies for them, or you bought them something. That is an amazing thing. That is a beautiful thing to be grateful for, to appreciate the opportunity to be able to give somebody a gift, to have the money to be able to do so, to have the time. You have to pay attention to these things, folks. Remember, the glass is half full, glass half empty. You have a glass with something in it is the point. So stop focusing so much on the stuff that's causing you stress. Stop thinking, oh, it's going to suck to be in all those lines and there's going to be so many people. Look around you. There's beautiful music playing. I walked downtown the other day. We live in a nice little town. It's got a beautiful little main street. And at night, they've got poles lit up with Christmas lights, and there's music playing. And you don't have to spend a penny to walk around right now and enjoy that spirit. One of my favorite movies for the holiday season, I'm going to talk to my good friend Ben here about in a little bit, is Scrooged. And at the end of that movie is this amazing speech that always chokes me up, because Bill Murray, in all of his brilliance and all of his movie making, probably has never had a better, enthusiastic, authentic, vibrant, and emotional speech in all of his movies. It's why I love the movie so much, because at the very end, what he says is that the Christmas spirit, the holiday spirit, is the miracle. Give to other people. Reach out a hand. Give somebody a hug. Give somebody a blanket, a sandwich, whatever it takes, but become the beautiful things in this world that other people are grateful for. And when you do, you feel better. You experience the miracle of Christmas. You experience the miracle of the holidays, whatever way you celebrate, whatever religion you are a part of, and whatever your family does. The beauty of the holidays is getting to be part of the holidays, is getting to be part of other people's lives. Whether you're alone or you're with other people, you can still go out and experience the miracle of this time of year. So, folks, the moral of the story today is to understand what has stopped you from really enjoying this time of year, what has stopped you from feeling amazing at the end of it. Understand what has gotten in your way of being your best self, and you will be better protected to actually achieve more than what you did in the past, better than what you have had in the past, and what you truly deserve, which is to feel amazing, to feel strong, to feel fit, healthy, vibrant, and full of life. You deserve nothing less. That's all we got for you today, folks. I want to thank Ben for being a part of the podcast today.
Hey, thank you.
See? Sharp and part of it. The Grinch is a better movie. Fight me on it. Meg, we're going to have serious conversation on Friday.
You can find out more information at drivetrainingteam.com. This is not a movie podcast. Although check out in a couple days, Jay's going to be on my holiday movie marathon show talking about Scrooged, which I will save my opinions on that. But
I can't wait.
I watched it last night.
Here's the deal. Folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, watch whatever movies you love. That's the whole point of watching a movie. And stay in touch. Thank you for being a part of the podcast, whether you're listening live or record it. We appreciate you. This makes me feel more alive, folks. So thank you. If you have any questions, jump on the website, thrivetrainingteam.com. Otherwise, have a great and healthy day, and we'll talk to you soon.
For more information, tips, and workouts of the day, check out thrivetrainingteam.com.